Extraordinary results require an extraordinary attitude. Attitude is everything. Attitude determines outcomes. Attitude determines altitude. I say that when the attitude is one in which we look at our schools, we look at our districts, and we say, this school is going to soar because I am the principal, because I am the leader. That's a game changer. But if on the flip side, the attitude is, well, we're going to try our best. We'll try our best to make it happen, but there's so much going on around the school. There's poverty, there's crime. So we're going to do the best that we can do. But on the flip side, when the attitude says, I acknowledge that exists, then now they're coming into my sphere. I'm saying to us this morning, as it relates to your leadership, who are you? As it relates to your leadership, what is your role? As it relates to your leadership, what is your philosophy about leading? What is your philosophy about the role of a leader? What are your beliefs? What are your opinions? What are your ideas? But so many of us, we're in a situation where we've got to raise achievement levels. We've got to take the school to a new height, and we say, well, I've got to be able to dream big that this can happen, or I've got to come up with this big idea. But I say, no, can't start there. I got to start with the identity of that leader. Who is that leader? Because you and you can't dream the same dreams I dream, because we are four different people. And our dreams are rooted in who we are, our identity. So in my identity as a leader, my philosophy of leadership, my beliefs about leadership, my ideas, my opinions about leadership, that together comprises who I am as a leader, because who I am as Baruti Kafele is not necessarily who I am as Principal Kafele. So who am I? And as I come up with that identity that I am this leader, but not an ordinary leader, but extraordinary leader who can achieve whatever I set my sights on achieving, that becomes my identity, which is crucial for those young people being able to soar. But as I formulate and come to grips with this identity, then I move into my purpose. And I ask each and every one of us in the room right now, rhetorically, what is your purpose for leading? What is your purpose? What is your purpose? Why do you do it? What drives you? What drives those words that you utter to your staff and students every day? What drives what you do on the job every day? Why do you do it? What is your purpose? And how deeply rooted is that purpose? I meet so many leaders who do not last long, who are here today and back in the classroom tomorrow, because their purpose was not rooted and grounded in something. See, I said my purpose is to ensure that every student in the building is striving to achieve nothing less than excellence. That's why I woke up in the morning. That's why I went to the building. But imagine when staff and students can relate to that purpose. And staff and students agree that this is why this man comes to school, for us. But I want to be very micro this morning. We're talking about the attitude of the leader. And the attitude of the leader, rooted in that identity, rooted in that purpose, said that these youngsters are going to soar. But then after purpose, we have that idea. And I ask you all rhetorically, what's your big idea? See, there's so many things that are on our plate. There's so many things that we have to accomplish, so many things that we want to accomplish. But what's that one thing? What's that big idea? What's that one thing that you want to do, and when it's accomplished, you can say, job well done. When I go into schools in different parts of the country and folks are just all stressed out, demoralized, just don't even want to be there. I said, let's make the big idea that you will become a national blue ribbon school. And in many cases, they can't see that. So we'll spend an hour or so just talking about the fact that we got to transform the thinking, the attitude, and see that we are no different from somebody else who has achieved. And National Blue Ribbon can be our big idea, that this is something that we are going to accomplish. So what is your big idea? I go into so many local, form, and urban and rural schools, and I see folks just hammering away at math skills, reading skills, writing skills, because we got to pass the test. But I say, you're never going to get to where you need to be when you're putting all your emphasis on reading, writing, and math skills. There's some process that we got to attack. There's some things up here in the mind of all the stakeholders in the building that we got to make sure that we're on the right page. We've got to be able to see success. We've got to be able to see victory. We've got to be able to see ourselves winning before we take the first step. We've got to see that. We've got to own it. We've got to claim it. We've got to envision it. And as we envision our success, give you an example away from this school. The last school that I was principal of was a high school. Never achieved AYP. It's called North Tech. Never achieved AYP. But I went into that school and I told that staff and I told my students, I said that we will be at 100% proficiency. And anything less than 100% is unacceptable. I saw that, I envisioned it, I owned it. It drove me. And in year 4, when we got those test results back, 100% proficiency. Demographics of the community, 70% African American, 30% Latino, 90% free and reduced, gang infested. Meaning if you weren't in a gang, you represented a very minute minority of students. High crime, high poverty in the community. So all the stereotypes and dynamics of an urban school. 100% proficiency. The vision. We all collectively saw that this was going to happen. We went to work on attitude, we went to work on climate, we went to work on culture. And then this became a model school. It became an urban force to be reckoned with. But then as we go beyond the vision, then we got to become concrete. Well, what are the goals? What measures do we have to take? What are those steps we have to take in order to turn the vision into our reality? And see, right now, I'm not even talking about our district nor our school. I'm talking about us, the leaders. Are we on point? See, you show me a school, for example, and in every classroom, you've got an extraordinary educator. I mean, you've got a dynamite teacher in every classroom in that building. But you've got an ineffective leader in the same school. I'll show you an underperforming school every time. But if on the flip side, you show me an effective leader, you show me a leader with an attitude that we are going to be great, and teachers who are not quite where we want them to be, I'll show you a school with a wealth of potential. Because the leadership understands its role and responsibility in ensuring that those staff members receive the support that they need in order to be extraordinary. One of the beauties of this work is to be able to convince a youngster that he or she is great. To convince a youngster to see him or herself 10 years from now. See, I tell teachers all the time, don't just teach the student that you see sitting in the chair. Teach the student that you see 10 years from now is sitting in the chair. See him, see her 10 years from the time the child is sitting right here. Have the vision for that child, but help that child to have that same vision for him or herself. Don't just see them in the present time. So, do we bring that vision orientation to our practice every day so that children are not just stuck into now, but they see themselves 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from today? And finally, do I see myself as the #1 determinant of their success or failure? Do I see that they will be successful because I am the leader. That's a bold lead. And I found that there are many of us, we get stuck there. Principal Kafele, I don't know that I can say that they're going to be successful because I'm the leader. Oh, but imagine if you did. Imagine if your attitude was such that my students will soar because I'm the leader of the school. I gotta say this to you folks. My relationship started with SDE 1 year ago to the day. I spoke at this conference last year, the Extraordinary Educators Conference, and I'm a proud partner of this organization. I've seen the work of this organization for the past year now, and I see what they do. So I want to encourage everybody in the room, reach out to these folks relative to your own professional development in your building, your respective buildings or your respective district. If you wanted myself to come and speak for a half day or full day, those are the folks to reach out to. They're all around with red shirts on. If the other amazing speakers who were here today and then throughout the rest of the conference, you wanted them to come and conduct a professional development workshop or stay for a longer period of time, you do some sustaining work, then SDE, you want to reach out to them, and that's how you reach us. So with that being said, I want to thank SDE for the conference, and I want to thank SDE for the opportunity to fulfill a dream, to come to this conference on Las Vegas Boulevard and conduct a keynote address. I thank you, and I wish you all an extraordinary conference, summer, and then next year, 2013-14. I thank you.